I want to share with you a startup business loans, no credit check, up to $1 million. Okay, so here are the lenders that will really will look at your startup business loan application favorably. First, you have Good Capital. So Good Capital is pretty good when it comes to a startup business loan, no credit check, and especially if you have bad credit or you have a new business that has a bad business credit. Basically, Good Capital will still qualify you. That's really good. And you actually can get a maximum loan amount through Good Capital that can go all the way to $1 million. So $1 million, obviously, the kind of loan you get through Good Capital will depend on the your financials, right? Your company's financials. So basically, there is no credit check, but Good Capital will ask for your business's financial to sort of see what kind of cash flows you pull in every single month, what kind of revenue you have before actually approving your startup business loan, no credit check. And so the process through Good Capital is pretty straightforward. All you have to do, you want to put your full name, first name, last name, your phone, your email. So that will be your business email, the loan amount that you want. So the loan amount, they want to see the loan amount that you want, but also your annual revenue. So your annual revenue also plays an important role. So that's actually for Good Capital to see that you are able to generate enough revenue to repay the loan. Okay, so that's important, and you also have to explain to Good Capital the loan uses. So Good Capital is pretty flexible when it comes to use of loan proceeds. I mean, there is no as long as the you are going to use the loan for legal purposes, Good Capital will approve you, not a problem. Okay, so maximum loan amount for this startup business loan, no credit check with Good Capital, you are looking at $1 million. Even though for startups on average you will probably qualify for 50,000 all the way to $100,000. There are actually situations where you can qualify for a larger loan amount if you have let's say you've had already a relationship with Good Capital. In other words, you have borrowed from the company and repaid the loan. If you are looking for a startup business loan, no credit check this year, I want you to really consider Business Advanced Lenders. And Business Advanced Lenders is pretty good in the sense that you can actually qualify for financing all the way to let's say 1 to 1.5 million dollars. And the repayment window also is pretty interesting because Business Advanced Lenders will work with you to give you a maximum repayment window of 5 years. Okay. Obviously, Business Advanced Lenders wants to have an idea about your cash flow projections. So they will ask you for your cash flow projections, how much you intend to generate in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, in the next 9 months, and even the next year. So you want to have like an annual projection, annual revenue projection to see how much you can qualify for in terms of cash inflows and cash outflows. So Business Advanced Lenders, they will ask you your average monthly sales, especially to qualify for funding real fast at Business Advanced Lenders. It's better that you have electronic sales. In other words, you have credit card sales. If your customers are paying you with checks or cash, that's not going to really increase your chances. But if you're processing credit card sales, then Business Advanced Lenders will actually take a look at your credit card, your processing statement to see how much you are actually generating in revenue. Okay, so again, if you are a startup, basically you can still have a cash flow projection, and also, but of course, the cash flow projection has to be based on what you are currently generating in revenue, right? From there, you can extrapolate to say, listen, I've generated X amount of sales this month, and based on the trends, based on our analysis, we intend to hit maybe 1 million in sales in 5 years, 1 million in sales in 1 year, 1 million in sales in 2 years. So, and also the good thing is Business Advanced Lenders has experience in all kinds of industries. So based on what you're telling them, they will compare and contrast what you're telling them versus what others in your industry are actually pulling off in terms of revenue. So if you are looking for a startup business loan, no credit check this year, I want you to consider Shore Funding Solutions. Shore Funding Solutions, okay? And what the cool thing about Shore Funding Solutions is that you can actually qualify for a maximum startup business loan, no credit check of 500,000. 500,000, that's really good. And so that there's no credit check, you have to make sure that you are in a specific series of industries, because Shore Funding Solutions, they don't actually finance like all kinds of sectors. So, but their sectors are changing all the time. So think of it as a rotating category, if you will. So it's just better to contact Shore Funding Solutions before you initiate the business loan application. Have a conversation with them, ask them what they're looking for, and then they'll tell you more about their requirements. Okay, so that's really good. But with Shore Funding Solutions, there is no personal guarantee, there is no credit check, so that's really good. If you have some kind of derogatory item on your FICO report, then you want to really think about Shore Funding Solutions. Okay, and Shore Funding Solutions actually has business term loans, has business lines of credit. It also offers equipment financing program. So if you want to really finance equipment, that's fine. Or if you want to have a business line of credit, also Shore Funding Solution will actually will take care of you. The cool thing about Shore Funding Solutions is actually the customization aspect of things. In other words, this lender will tailor loan programs for your business needs. So what they do is that they will they'll have a conversation with you, and so they have various financing packages for all kinds of industries. That's what I told you a little earlier when I said they actually finance all kinds of industries. And so you want to start a conversation to see if they finance your industry or if they have experience financing your industry. And once you have the conversation, they will be able to tell you how much you can actually qualify for and also the requirements, right? Because I mean, I said no credit check, no personal guarantee, but that doesn't mean no doc, right? You might have to provide some business documentation to actually qualify for a Shore Funding Solutions business loan or business line of credit for your startup. If you're looking for a startup business loan, no credit check, I want you to think about Advanced Point Capital. Advanced Point Capital. And the maximum loan amount that you can actually qualify for as a startup through Advanced Point Capital is 750,000. So you're looking at $750,000. 750. That's a pretty nice amount of cash to really play around with, especially if you are a startup. Okay, so 350 $750,000, and you can actually get the cash within 3 business days. So that's really good, and you can get the cash from Advanced Point Capital. Now, Advanced Point Capital has a relatively let's say shorter loan application process. Okay, what you want to do is you want to start the conversation. You can see on the screen here, you have there is actually a short form that allows you to see if you can qualify for an Advanced Point startup business loan, no credit check sort of loan. Okay, so you just want to put you want to tell them how much you need. So they want to know your loan needs, how much you need, your liquidity needs. Okay, the number of years you're in business here. You just put one. You don't put zero, because if you are a startup, that means you have been in business for less than a year. So just put one, and you also want to put when it comes to your monthly revenue, because Advanced Point Capital will ask you for your monthly revenue. You just want to put whatever projection you have. So your loan amount doesn't have to be actual loan if you are a startup. I mean, sorry, your revenue amount doesn't have to be actual if you are a startup. You can have a projected, but again, the projections have to be based in they have to be based on sound analysis. In other words, you can't just say, listen, I project to generate $1 million in revenue, and your business is at a level right now where it cannot even generate 1 million. So okay, so you got to have a pretty let's say projections that really make sense. If you're looking for a startup business loan, no credit check, I want you to really think about United Capital Source this year. And United has been in the industry for many years, and they actually finance all kinds of industries. Okay, so that's kind of cool. There's no restriction as to the industry that they will finance if you are a startup. Just make sure your startup is actually legit. Your startup is actually, like has a legal business model. That's all. But whether you sell goods online or you sell goods offline, whether you are in a specific state or another, United Capital Source will finance your startup, no credit check. Okay, and that's really good, and you are able to get let's say a maximum of $1 million, even though usually they will grant you, if you are a startup, they will grant you somewhere from 50,000 all the way to $250,000, and you are able to get funded within 1 to 3 business days. So 1 to 3 business days, that's actually the repayment window that you have to sort of think about. Okay, and for your startup, you are able to get a business loan. So a traditional term loan, you can get a business line of credit, you can get equipment financing through United Capital Source. You can have an MCA, so an MCA arrangement. So you're looking at a merchant cash advance. So that's really good. Now, merchant cash advance is better if you process electronic sales. If you process a lot of electronic sales, then an MCA arrangement through United Capital Source will be interesting. Also, this lender will qualify you for a working capital loan. So if you are a startup and you're looking for a working capital loan, you can go to United Capital Source. You can also get revenue-based financing, and you can also have an invoice receivables factoring arrangement through this lender. So you can see that you have a lot of flexibility. You have a lot of options, regardless of how often you have been. How long your startup has been in business. I mean, a startup can be in business for less than a year. So 3 years. 3 months, 6 months. United Capital Source will qualify you. If you're looking for a startup business loan, no credit check, I want you to really think about Rapid Finance. And Rapid Finance will give you a maximum loan amount of $5.5 million. Okay. And there are cases where they'll even go above, like they'll go all the way to $10 million if you are looking strictly into an invoice factoring arrangement. So if you want to factor your accounts receivable, Rapid Finance will work with you up to $10 million. Okay. But if you want to have, let's say, a traditional business loan, no credit check, Rapid Finance can also work with you, not a problem. Okay. And also in terms of business funding programs, you are looking at working capital loans. You can use the cash for location expansion. For technology, you can also have technology updates in your business. Okay, you can do equipment leasing. You can take care of marketing solutions, and you can also have debt consolidation. So the cool thing about Rapid Finance is that you have, let's say, an all-in-one lender, and that's really good from a flexibility point of view. You are able to get approved real fast. And also, what I want to say here is that when you think about startup business loans, no credit check, you want to think about Rapid Finance as a holistic provider. Why? Because Rapid Finance will give you a set of business financing solutions. So you have SBA loans, invoice factoring, asset-based loans. You have lines of credit. You have small business loans. You have merchant cash advances. You have bridge loans also, so that's really good. Bridge loans are pretty good with the Rapid Finance. You can get a bridge loan for your startup that goes from $5,000 all the way to $1 million, and the repayment terms are actually 5 years. So you're looking at 60 months, okay? And you also have automatic payments, and you also have a very fast and easy application process. So that's really good, especially if your startup if your startup needs cash quickly, if your startup needs let's say cash urgently for an immediate delivery of supplies, or to actually hire staff, then you want to really think about a bridge loan. Think about a bridge loan from Rapid Finance. If you're looking for a startup business loan, no credit check this year, I want you to think about Clarify Capital. Okay, Clarify Capital will take care of you real fast. And the cool thing about Clarify Capital is that they actually have all kinds of programs. So you have a funding program where they will check your credit, and if they check your credit, they want you to have a minimum credit score of 550. So that's option number one. Option number two, you have a no credit check funding program. So a no credit check funding program, obviously they're not going to give you the same amount of money if you go through credit check versus non credit check. Okay, credit check, they will give you a maximum loan amount of $1 million for your startup. No credit check, you are capped at $250,000. $250,000. So that's actually a quarter of a million. That's still good anyway. I mean, for your startup. Okay, and so the cool thing is that with Clarify Capital, you are looking at an APR that goes from 12% all the way to 18%, a repayment window that goes all the way to 72 months. You're looking at 6 years, 6 years depending upon the loan amount, depending also upon your configuration. In other words, your loan application configuration, your cash inflows and cash outflows. Okay. And the cool thing is that when it comes to startup business loans, no credit check at Clarify Capital, you have a constellation, a series of funding programs to actually think about. So you have low doc business loans, for instance. You have stated income business loans. You have no doc business loans. So the first one was low doc business loans. The second one is stated income business loans, and the third one is no doc business loans. So that's really good. And so the thing is that Clarify Capital wants you to really fulfill a series of minimum requirements. For instance, they want you to have revenue, either projected or actual, of 10 million. I mean, sorry, of 10,000. So when you apply at Clarify Capital, make sure that you attach to your application, to your loan application, your revenue projections. And revenue projections, minimum every single month, $10,000. Okay, $10,000, and that will qualify you real fast. You can also get through Clarify Capital business cash advances, so that's really cool also. And you can also qualify for merchant cash advances. So you can see that Clarify Capital is kind of similar to all the other lenders that I've shared with you, in the sense that the company actually finances all kinds of programs for startups and also established businesses. So in conclusion, to this conversation, I shared with you the startup business loans, no credit check that you need to really account for this year. So I spoke about the lenders, and now I'll give you the conclusion. Lenders, you have Good Capital, Business Advanced Lenders, Shore Funding Solutions, Advanced Point Capital, United Capital Source, Rapid Finance, and Clarify Capital. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.